My name is Jacob Schuler, and I play guitar for Miami In Milan.
I'm Alexandra, and I'm on vocals.
I'm Brennan Panola. I'm playing bass.
Cody Gibson, and I play the drums.
And this is the PERNcast.
Yeah! Woo!
Excellent job.
I like the second half of that, but whatever.
Jacob.
Hey guys, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, for real.
Hey, this is going to be awesome. I'm really happy to have a different sort of act than we've had so far. We've had a lot of heavier bands. Our most previous guest was like a really heavy sort of screamo. So it's a good thing, I think, to talk to more diverse projects, get other people's point of view on what the scene is like for them. What are the good things? What are the bad things? What do you hope to get out of your project, goals, and all that kind of fun stuff? Just kind of have a chat around it. So, why don't you just introduce the world to Miami in Milan? How'd you guys start out and get together?
Well, actually, so originally I was on this like band app called Vamper.
Oh yeah, I know Vamper.
Yeah, so I was just looking for a band. I was just doing like cover band stuff before that, and I was actually gonna do Miami in Milan with like another set of people, but then I met these guys through Vamper, and then I was like, I think that they would fit the project well. I showed them the song that I made, which was Can't Pay the Reaper, and then they really liked it, and we just kind of rolled with it that way. And then, now we have our full lineup here, but me and Cody are the original members, and then they came in, so.
Nice. That's a good song. I like that song.
Thank you.
If you show anybody that song, they're going to be like, hey, I'm in the band. Let me in.
Thank you.
How was that first interaction? Like the first get-together, the first jam session?
I was nervous because, like, I don't know, it was, like, all men, and I was like, I don't know about this. But when I went in, it was pretty good. Like, everything flowed really well. Originally, we were going to do, like, more of a Green Day vibe. But then when I showed them Reaper, which was very slow, our first one was like completely different because I kind of like pulled a Dave Grohl where I was like, I'm going to just make a song and then whoever likes it will play it and that's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
And so that's just what I did. But I feel like overall it was pretty good when we started. And then we just decided to take it in that direction. And everyone was like a master in their craft. So all together they just made the song like so much better. So
Did you guys feel that like right away? Like everybody who kind of stepped up immediately, you sort of got a vibe, or did it take some time?
I mean, it probably did take some time. I mean, I think now we have a very solid group. Like we all work pretty well together. Mm-hmm. There were some bumps in the road like along the way, but we did all together, everybody who was in the band contributed, equally, and I think we all did click in the beginning, but things change. Just
things not working out. Yeah.
Things that creatively not on the same page at some point. And then our last guitarist, he just like he's doing his own thing now, but like he was contributed a lot to the band too, like instrumentally, and and then Brendan came in, and then Jacob, and
I'm glad you brought up contributions from the members and stuff, because that's in a lot of projects, more than people think, it's usually like born from the mind of one person. It kind of stays that way. Mm-hmm. And the other people, they support, they kind of do their part. But would you guys say like you have an equal contribution when it comes to like all the aspects, the songwriting, booking, all that kind of stuff?
For sure now. I think everybody kind of like contributes in their own way with their craft. So like now I used to play the guitar with vocals, but I kind of stepped away from that more as time went on, because I was like, I'm going to focus on the lyrics and the vocals, and then everybody contributes their own thing, and that's what made it so much better, because when I was doing everything myself, I can't, play guitar the way that him or Mason could,
right.
And, couldn't play the drums like Cody couldn't do what Brendan does. So, like, everybody really is good at their own thing, and then everyone just puts it together, and it works.
That's awesome. No, that's great. So, Alexandra, your vocal style is very, certainly in this scene, it's super unique. It's almost throwback.
Thank you.
Like, yeah, no, I get a lot of like 70s almost.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, like, you know, I don't want to name artists. I never like to compare, but I don't hear like a, whatever you want to call it, like a Gen Z singer or something like that, or a millennial voice. I hear like something with like a lot of soul. Like, what is your background in music? Like, how'd you get started?
Well, I was in musical theater. Like as a kid, I was a theater kid. And so I didn't have vocal training necessarily, but I think singing songs in the theater realm really prepares you for like live music and like powerful singing. And I always was inspired by like powerful singers growing up. Amy Lee was a big one.
Sure, yeah.
You know, Ann Wilson, Lady Gaga, Whitney Houston,
Wow.
like all this, just a ton of different people from different genres.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like musically, like I always was listening to heavier music. Like I would say now I'm more of like a Slipknot, you know, Alice in Chains, Kubla Khan listener. But in terms of what I perform, it just has aspects from everything. Like
Yeah.
Evanescence, like even pop, like Lady Gaga and things like that. So
Yeah, you can tell. It's
You can hear it.
yeah. And Cody, this is a night and day difference from the last project we saw you in.
100%,
Yeah,
absolutely,
I
yeah.
mean, death thrash metal, super heavy,
Yeah.
and but you fit so well, your grooves and
appreciate that.
everything.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what? How do you feel jumping genres like that?
It feels fun. I'm just happy to play drums when it comes back to it at the end of the day.
Sure.
I love it. There's nothing else that I'd really rather do with my time. But, I mean, in terms of, like, jumping genres, I don't really see it that way. It's just I'm getting in with a different group of people.
Yeah.
Realistically,
Yeah.
that's all it is. And whatever style we all come up with, that's it. You
That's
know,
a
and that-
great way
in
to
the
look at
last
it.
group, that was what we came up with.
Right.
You know, and if you, I guess, jump ship, quote unquote, or whatever, you're just really conforming it, essentially. It's so, I wouldn't really consider it that. It's just I'm having fun, and it works.
I think that's the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
You know, what other agenda do you need to play music than to just play music?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you kind of go in there with a blank slate. Like you don't have any direction or anything specific you're looking to do. You just mesh with the people around you and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
phenomenal.
much.
That's awesome, man.
I mean, as long as you're having fun with it, that's really all that matters at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
If you enjoy what you do, I'm happy with it.
Would you do something like a poppy band? Like,
Yeah.
oh wow,
I don't have problems with playing. You know.
just want to get out there and play.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice, that's awesome, man.
And I meet fantastic people and I make great friends, and that's just a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like that dynamic? Like, you guys mesh well with like hanging out, going on long trips. You know, when you go for a show that's a couple hours away.
Oh, it's a blast.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you guys like do? It seems because the only reason I'm asking because it seems like you guys are a fun bunch and like you have that type of connection where you're like close with each other. I guess I don't know for sure.
It's more than
that
you guys just show up to a show and play. We can kind of see there's a chemistry here.
Right.
yeah, no, we're definitely all friends for sure. Like get along pretty well. Everyone respects each other. You know, no issues.
That's good.
Yeah.
Goes a long way. Again, you meet a lot of groups that they only see each other when they're playing, really. You know, and then as soon as the show's over, they all split, or rehearsal, they show up. If it's from 7 to 9, they show up at 7:01 and they're out at 9:59 or whatever. So no, it's important to I think to have that camaraderie outside of music, to keep the connection strong.
Yeah.
And any shows that we go to, like we're there like almost the whole time. You know,
That's
to watch like
important.
every
Yeah,
band
we'll
and
stay.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's what this podcast is all about. Local community. Staying for the other bands. That's awesome.
Yeah. Got to keep supporting each other, right? Because
course.
until we've been around for going on almost 3 years. I mean, we don't really draw yet. When we go to a show, we're sort of hoping that all the other bands stick around and we'll do the same and hang out. And, that sort of stuff gets contagious eventually. And hopefully organically people start to show up and everything. But yeah, I think in the beginning we got to be there for each other, and again, that's what this show's about. So did you guys want to, we're going to hear a couple tunes from you guys. Did you guys want to play a song for us?
Well, we do happen to know one or two.
Yeah.
As long as you know one or two, we're down.
Tell us a little about the song we're gonna hear.
Yeah, Can't Pay the Reaper was the one that I like Dave Grohl'd. I made by myself and then it had a long evolution.
Okay.
Yeah, Can't Pay the Reaper started as like a very slow pop song on my own, and then I made it metal, and it was very slow. And then when I brought it to them, they like made it faster and better, so it's different now.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go. Sweet.
Great job.
I feel like I cannot stop smiling. That was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Love it.
Every part was so awesome. Great job. Drums, bass, screaming.
That bass
vocals.
was, Brendan, that bass was thump. Dude, Jacob, the harmony. Where did that come? Oh my God. That was solid.
kinda
That was
added.
solid, guys. Whew. All right, that's it. Show's over.
Okay. Thank you. Good night. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Those vocals, unbelievable.
Thank
Do you have
you.
any do you have any other training behind you? Like any
You You said you had no formal training. I mean,
No, yeah. I just I just did musical theater, but I never had like a vocal coach. I just like feel it. Like, I don't know.
Wow.
Like the up here, down here.
yeah, no,
Breath support.
so good. Excellent job, guys. That was
Thank
was
you
so
great.
much.
So your first single was Barbarians?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of.
first release, we'll say, right?
Yeah.
We did originally release Reaper, like the old version of it.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Then we
is that
took it
not
down.
okay? Because I was gonna say. I
Yeah,
don't,
we took it down.
Okay. What? Why? What was the issue?
Just because we had like redone everything. There was also some issues with Apple Music. Like they didn't change our name. They like messed it up. So we were like, whatever. We're just gonna take everything off and redo it.
Okay.
So that's what we did. But Barbarians is our most popular song live. So we were like, let's just release that. Everybody wants to hear it. So
It's definitely a killer song. How did what was that recording process like for you guys? Who'd you work
We-
with? And...
we literally, Brendan.
Oh,
We
it's
just did it
DIY.
ourselves. Yeah,
Awesome.
We did it ourselves.
I love it. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I've got recording gear. I have like a recording studio in my bedroom. I just like ripped half of the recording gear out of my bedroom and just brought it to our rehearsal space, and we just recorded in probably one of the most ghetto ways you can think
Yeah.
of, but it somehow worked.
It definitely worked.
Yeah, and I think the sound of the recording of Barbarians fits you guys very well. It's raw. You could feel. I mean, you guys, did you do it live? When you did
That one we did not do live. However, what do we say? Like, we planned on doing some of the other songs live? Is that what we plan on doing?
What
with
do you
some
mean,
of
like playing all at once?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
I
other
think
songs,
I
yeah.
think you should, because
Yeah, I think so too. It always ends up coming out better that way.
so a fellow DIY recording person. So how does what's your process like? Like, do you guys have like a method you've worked out?
It's more just like we mic up all the drums. We were in a not very well acoustically treated space.
Okay.
So we just kind of threw in like kick, snare, toms, 2 overheads, and pretty much called it a day with the drums. But I think it sounds good.
It does.
It does.
Yeah. And did you use like actual drum mics? Or you use the mics in the rehearsal space?
We used he's got the drum mics.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm always so curious, like, especially when people do it DIY style, like, what did you do? Like, because you never know, like, what methods someone's really using. Like, what software did you use?
So
2 different softwares.
we used a variety of different softwares. I on my laptop I recorded on FL Studio, but we recorded onto FL Studio, but we mixed it on Logic Pro.
Okay.
I'm a Logic girly, so.
FL, like Fruity Loops? FL?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. That's awesome. I didn't even know that was around. Like, I used to make beats with it, like, way back. Okay, you use Logic. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm an Apple person too, so
Yeah.
that's what I fucks with. But no, I love hearing when other bands just like go in and do it themselves. It feels good, like having that control, right? And kind of like, the end product is what you make it when it's
Yeah.
all said and done. There's nothing wrong with going to a studio, working with a great producer. Sometimes you get lucky enough. We were even, we talked to some other bands that their producer for them is like their 6th member almost, or what have you. It's like another member of the band. We don't have that right now. Not that we've made a big effort to try, but I'm not opposed to it. But I do love just doing it ourselves, not being on the clock at a studio. Not worrying
That's
about
one
time.
big thing.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
never in a hurry. And I'm sure you guys have that same luxury, and it's nice, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
We
fun.
do need a little bit of a fire under our ass, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Because we're, like, stalling too much on the other music. But we just need that time. And part of me feels like if we did have, like, a set producer, like, we would just, like, get it out. But
Yeah.
It already would have been done.
it already would have been done.
Yeah.
But,
Sometimes you
life-
do need that.
Yeah, we need that. But, like, I don't know. Life gets in the way,
It does. It always
could
finds a
try
way.
it too. You do both. You guys did this, and I would say give it a shot with a producer as well. You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
You can, you have a good community of other bands. You could always reach out and just say like, hey, who'd you work with? Or
Yeah,
there's a lot. I know there's still lots of people around who do it. It's just finding that right person that gets you.
Yeah.
You know?
See, that's the
Yeah.
thing with Brendan too. Like, he totally gets the whole vibe.
Yeah.
And like, I always DIY too. And like, I like when I record my vocals, I put like a blanket over my head and I'm like singing in there. So like, I don't know. It's weird. When we did try recording in like a studio space like a long time ago, but it just didn't, like, I don't know. It was weird. We couldn't find that synergy the same way as when we were just doing it by ourselves, you know?
Yep.
It just takes more effort. So,
Yep.
Stick with what works for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it sounds phenomenal too.
thank you.
So you guys, you've played some pretty legendary venues already. One of them, obviously, being the Stone Pony. What did you do to get? I mean, like, I haven't been booked there yet, so I want to hear it. What's it like getting booked there? What's it like playing there? How does it feel? Can you feel the cigarettes in the room? I mean, is it?
Yes.
Oh my God, everything.
Yeah.
And the drinks.
Oh yeah.
And the drinks.
Yeah, every Stone Pony performance has been like amazing. Like, the crowd is always so good. Everybody's about it, you know. And I mean, the times we played at the Pony, it was like at the showcases. So
Right,
like
right.
they're just showcasing local bands, like nothing crazy. But I think they might do a thing where they keep you in mind for the future, maybe.
Yeah, right.
But it's really just like how many people you can bring, how good of a time you can have. But we always have such a good time over there. And then, you know, we played at like Dingbats, Union Firehouse, whatever. So that was cool. But sometimes we don't really like have like a set genre. So we'll either be put with like heavy people or like punk or whatever. And it's like a hit or miss what, like, if we can really make connections, because we might not fit into their genre. So it's like, how do we move forward
Right.
with
Yeah.
getting shows? You
Yep.
know what I mean? It's a little more difficult to find a band that we stick with, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like connect with, I guess, so we can move forward. You know how like you get on bills with other bands and whatever.
Yep.
I think that's a struggle of ours too. So
Finding similar.
yeah, similar
Type-
genre.
right,
Type.
yeah. I mean, that's a cool thing still, though. I mean, like, you guys are
Yeah.
so unique that, you know, honestly, I've never seen it more than nowadays that is if you're good, you kind of fit anywhere. You know, I mean, if you're good, I mean, the crowd's going to enjoy it, because
Yeah.
I mean, we've played gigs where like we didn't belong. We're like the only heavy band, but like, you know, people, if we played well, people still turn their heads like, oh, what is that?
Yeah,
You know,
for
like,
sure.
I mean, I can't see you guys playing at a club in whatever sort of atmosphere, punk, metal, and have people not be into it.
Yeah.
But you never know. Sometimes you just get that crowd that's just not into it, you know?
Yeah.
But the Stone Pony, did you get penalized for not selling tickets? Like, is it, do they charge you for that? Or is it just like
No, but you do have to sell a minimum of 50s if you don't make it, like,
each band sells 50?
yeah.
I was
Wow.
curious about that because
Okay.
we were thinking about doing a showcase, and we were kind of arguing like, I think it's 50 total for the whole bill,
Yeah,
and
we
I'm
thought it
like,
was
no,
50
I don't think so.
total.
I think it's 50 per band.
I mean, if you,
Yeah,
if you
That's
guys,
50 per band.
that's
yeah.
that's
if you guys play, you got 4 people that are coming guaranteed.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah.
would go.
Well, there you go.
It's worth it.
If
I
you-
would do it if I were you.
If you
I
don't
love
sell
it.
50 though, you have to pay that extra 50, or
I don't know if you really have to. We always had 50. Like, we always managed to
you
somehow
guys
do
have
it.
sold 50 tickets?
Somehow.
that's awesome. No,
Somehow.
that's
I don't know.
You guys,
That's
you guys are
incredible.
onto something if
Yeah,
you're selling
we-
50 tickets.
We
Yeah.
did, but I do know that there were some bands that didn't sell the 50 tickets.
Sure,
And like,
yeah.
but I'm sure that how it goes is you just pay them for the 50 and move
Yeah.
on. You know, that's really
Wow.
what it is.
So you're playing for a lot of people then, because each
Yeah.
band's bringing about 50 people. That's
Yeah.
that's got to feel phenomenal. What's it like up there? That's a legitimate show. What's it like up there playing such a legitimate show in front of all those people?
I love it. I mean, we're very big on audience interaction. I don't know if you've ever seen any of our live performances, but it's like it's like
Yeah.
we'll do like a metal version of Bad Romance and everybody's in it. I take like fake blood and I put it all over me.
yeah. I've seen the band when covered in blood. That's really
Yeah,
badass.
so anytime there's like a big crowd, it always goes well because everybody's like really about it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? It's just sometimes people get shy if you're in like a smaller venue, like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, then it's not as fun, but
Right.
it's always a great time over there. Like, if you could do a showcase, I would do it. The vibe, everyone's about music in Asbury, you know?
Yeah.
No matter what you are.
Yep,
So,
that's true enough.
yeah.
How do you I'm so interested to know, like, what's your how do you go when you get a gig like that and you know you got to get 50 heads, like, how do you do it? Like, what's
You tell everybody and their mother
Spread the
that
word.
You're playing it.
Yeah.
are you getting it? I mean, have you gotten to the point where you're like selling them to strangers or people unfamiliar with you, even like whatever out of your social life, or is it? I mean, I'm amazed that
Yes,
4
kind
people
of.
know 50 people to come see them play.
Yeah, kind of sort. It's
Yeah.
like you tell your friend, and then your friend's gonna bring
Yeah.
6 or 7
Right.
their
Mhm.
friends.
Yeah, that's what
that's
you
good,
got to aim for. Yeah.
And we've met like people through shows and stuff where like we have like these 2 girls who always come to our shows and like they're our friends now, but like you know you meet people and like you know they'll be there.
Yep.
And then just like as we played shows, people just found us out, but we're usually, like I said, very interactive, so we just end up getting to know them, and then
Yeah.
that's what happens.
No, that's
so.
important. Yeah. It's just,
Yeah.
the show doesn't stop when you get off stage, right? You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta. Do you guys you have a merch table and you're like doing your thing? don't
That's something we need to get on.
That's not.
Define
It's not weird.
merch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we need to do.
we don't have any at the moment. either.
It's
Yeah.
not weird, but
I still have one of your pins.
Oh, do you?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's
My
awesome.
man.
You guys would do well with a merch table because if
I
you're
think so,
selling
yeah.
50 tickets, especially at the Stone Pony, where you're putting on a crazy show, I'm sure people will come over and want to get some memorabilia to
Yeah,
remember
and
that
just
night.
interact with you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we need to do it. we
So-
need to just, yeah.
So one of those shows alluded to it earlier, but you guys decided to release a live EP from the show. What did you have plans to do that when you got there? To like, hey, let's record the set. Or?
No,
No.
that was
Okay.
on the spot.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because we did. It was such a good show that we were like, we have to act on this and just put something out. You know,
Yeah.
give people something to listen to. So.
I know. I think that was a great idea, and it came. You know, it sounds great. You know, and it's at the Stone Pony, and you're for your Jersey band. You know, it just all like it
Yeah.
all makes sense. So that was a pretty solid idea. Did you have what's the response been like from it?
Pretty decent. I feel like we've had like good amount of listeners on it, but I think people are gonna want to hear like the studio versions
Sure,
of our
yeah.
originals
Oh, yeah.
on there. Our cover, I mean, Barracuda did the best out of everything, so I was like, all right, you know, everybody likes the covers of like, you know, because I guess not all female fronted bands are like doing that type of music. It's like when you do, it's like exciting. So
Yeah.
like everybody wants to that or Amy Lee. Every show we heard like do an Evanescence cover, do an Evanescence cover,
And then we eventually did.
and then we did.
have a question. Being in a female-fronted band in this genre, how does it feel? Does it, is it weird sometimes? Do you feel uncomfortable sometimes? Do you feel better? Like you stand out? You have more to offer? Your voice is phenomenal. Your stage presence is phenomenal.
Thank
but
you.
does it feel a little bit like different?
No, I feel good with like the people around me. I do think that a lot of times you encounter a lot of competitiveness and like a little bit of weird energy along the way when you're a female fronted band. So that could get uncomfortable. But other than that, I just, as long as I'm performing, I don't care what I'm doing. I'm just happy to be there and do my thing. But it could be a little bit weird, I guess, sometimes,
Yeah, weird in a sense, like people are flirty or
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be like either overstepping boundaries, which usually I'm good with shutting it down. I have a boyfriend, so I'm like on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be that. It could be, yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm thinking back to like certain moments, like when people get drunk, they come up, they talk to you.
Yep.
We had a situation.
Well, I don't know, but I get it.
Like waiting outside of like the venue to fucking be weird. You remember that? I don't know if y'all remember that. There's someone like waiting outside the venue who was being really weird. You encounter that, but also just that general competitiveness of like the I think eyes are on you in a way.
Yeah.
When you're the only female fronted one.
So you're saying people expect more out of you, or they look at you differently because you're a female up there?
I don't think so. I don't know like how to explain it by competitiveness. Like would you guys like have a different like not that people expect more, it's just, like you said, you just kind of, you stand out. Maybe people target you more.
Okay.
Maybe.
I think
I don't know how to explain
it might be a little bit of shock since you're not used to seeing a female fronted band in whatever genre we consider ourselves. But like in terms of like being on like heavier bills and stuff, it's really rare. It's becoming not so rare, but it still is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whoa, there's a lady up there.
Right.
And I don't know. It could just come as like a shock almost.
It's kind of fucked up. That's a thing, but yeah, no, you can't be blind to it.
Yeah.
It is a thing that it's like it's still like, oh, this is more interesting or whatever. But like, why?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I think like by competitive, I mean like I think people might be a little bit like when let's say like if it were like all male bands, it's just like people might not like that you stand out in comparison to that, but it doesn't mean that the talent is different. Everybody can be equally as talented.
Oh, sure,
but
yeah.
like when you're a girl, I do think that there is more tension, so maybe other people don't like that.
Yep.
The tension is divided.
I can see that.
Sense. Yeah. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Matt likes to get into the deep questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're doing a phenomenal job, and
Oh, yeah.
it's really cool that you're one of the few female-fronted bands that are in this area. And I mean, yeah, I agree. It is something that it shouldn't be weird. It shouldn't be out of the ordinary. It should be normal. But it is awesome that you're taking that step forward and leading that. Hopefully, people see it and it happens more often, and hopefully the little girls at the show see it and they grow up and they get inspired and things like that. So
Yeah,
it's cool that you're doing
and we
that.
get more of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
So, what's your Jacob and Brendan? What's your like musical background like? Like, how did you guys get into your respective instruments?
Stage is all yours, Brendan.
All right. So bass is actually not my original instrument. My original instrument was actually saxophone. Cause
Really?
I just remember one day I was with my mother in the kitchen and she's just like, "All right, you have hidden musical talent. You need to play something. Pick something." And I was just like, "I want to play the flute." And she's like, "No,
Pick something
no,
else.
pick something else." I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'm playing saxophone." So I played saxophone from like elementary school all the way up until like the end of high school. Sometime around high school, like end of sophomore year, I just picked up a bass guitar because I was kind of going through an emo phase, just My Chemical Romance, Green Day, Blink, all that stuff. And I just wanted to play something. I just wanted an instrument that I could play along to the music that I liked at that time.
Sure.
So that's where I picked that up. My parents picked up on it. I got lessons. I eventually got better, and the rest is history.
Is this your first project?
This is not my first project. I've been in one project before who's also played at the Stone Pony.
Okay.
That project was a lot of fun. That was like a lot of like pop punk stuff. Eventually it disbanded. All the other guys went to join their own bands. I went like probably about a year bandless, and then the old guitarist introduced me to the rest of you guys, and I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Found a home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So, my whole family, we were all really big on like music in general, like either listening to it or playing it. My mom, like she grew up like a rocker chick or like a metal chick. Like she loved like Overkill and like Twisted Sister and stuff. My dad,
awesome.
my dad's been the drummer of a metal band for like 30 years, the band Biohazard. And
Wait.
and
Say that one more time.
Wait, what?
What did you just quickly say?
my father is the drummer of Biohazard.
Wait, what?
It shocked us too.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay. It's so like
Wait, what? No.
So I didn't start like doing music stuff like straight out of the gate. I mean, I didn't start doing any like guitar until I was 15. And I've been like,
okay.
I never took any lessons. I'm pretty much entirely self-taught. You know, I got like pointers here and there from my dad, of course, you know, being my dad.
Sure, yeah.
And this is really like the first band I've been like really like being able to like do shows with and stuff, because me and my brothers were also trying to put together a band right now, but like it hasn't been like, we're still working on it. It's gonna be fun. But this is like the first band where I got to be on stage and do rehearsals regularly and even writing stuff and learning stuff. It's so cool. And yeah.
What? So many questions. What was what is it like? I mean, your father's a legend, bro. Like,
I mean,
I know he's your dad. He's dad
He
to you,
is.
but like, what is it? What's that like growing up with that in the house?
Well, I mean, he's my dad.
I
mean,
know. It's
He gives
dad.
advice.
looking at it
he
from
walks us to
different eyeballs right
That
now.
is so cool that you said that, though. Like, at the end of the day, he's just your dad.
Yeah, I mean, I love him to death. And I literally, like, I was with him for, like, the last, like, 2 weeks of his band's tour for the new album and stuff. And it was so cool because that was really my first time, like, being on the road, like, experiencing that kind of lifestyle, like, being in the van for entire days and, like, not knowing where you're going to be and that kind of stuff. So that was really cool.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were able to play like.
Yeah, and
right?
I did a couple shows with them. Like,
Yeah.
not like, I didn't, like, jump on stage the entire time. For, like, the second to last song, I jumped on for guitar
That
and
is so
stuff.
cool, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is so cool. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
Tay, did you guys want to play another tune for us?
Sure.
To put me down.
I mean, if we must.
Yeah.
You must.
All right.
I get recurring dreams of dead batteries and me doing bad things against morality. I used to get disheartened, but now I see that it unveils the fears that live inside me. I hate to know, but I hate to feel there's a truth behind the sequence, but
Nice. Nice. That was effing awesome.
That was so cool. Cody, did you do that, or did that happen while you were playing?
Oh no, I did that.
Oh, okay. I looked over and I
I
was
might
like,
move it back a little bit.
no, that's fine. I was like,
No, that's all.
did he beat that into submission? No. To get it to fall down? Wow. That song is great. What is that song about?
It's kind of weird. It was actually just about a dream I had. I was just like, I don't know. I have OCD, and sometimes my dreams reflect my fears, and it was a whole entire thing. And I usually write about morbid things very often, like Can't Pay the Reaper is about bargaining with death. This one was just about dealing with these irrational fears and them kind of coming after you, you know? So
Does this provide a therapy for those sorts of things?
1000%.
It often does. Yeah.
Yeah, 1000%. Sometimes I'll just like write lyrics and not know a melody yet, and I'm just put it down and then I'll put it together in the end, you know.
Bargaining with death. What can you explain a little bit more about like what that means, or go into more about that?
Yeah. So growing up, I was like in a religious household, and I think it definitely contributed to just like making a little bit of my life worse. There was a lot of feelings of shame and guilt, and you know, as I grew up, I realized that it wasn't like for me, you know. I started critically thinking, and I kind of pushed away from it, and I was like, I think I need to deconstruct and figure my shit out, you know. But when you do grow up with like that anchor, you're like, what the fuck do I do now? Like, where do I go from here? And so when I wrote Can't Pay the Reaper, it's just like, you know, you do everything in life to try to be a good person, to try to like, you know, get that big thing like heaven or whatever. But at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do to get your life back, you know? And it was just basically me trying to like figure out what I was gonna believe in and how I was gonna go about life, and yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love
lose any footage of you, man.
I love how in depth you go and how in depth your thought process goes into the lyrics. That's awesome. You know, I'm the vocalist of the band too. Sometimes my lyrics are just stream of consciousness. I don't know if you ever have that, where it's just something just pops in my head and I write it down and I go off of that. But are you more where it's like you have an idea and you focus your whole lyrics around that type of idea?
It depends. If I'm going through something, sometimes it'll just like, it just be really what I'm feeling. Like our song Barbarians, that one was just about feeling rejected from a group of people that just feel like they're superior, and like, you know, just like you feel like everybody's brainwashed, and you're like, it was like anger, you know. And I just kept writing and writing. But then sometimes it's like you'll hear something and then you're like, it pops into your head. So with Reaper, I did have that emotion behind it, but I did see somewhere someone said, you can't pay the Reaper, like something like, and I was like, wait a minute, that would be
Write that down. Write that down.
Yes,
Write that down.
I was like, this would be perfect for how I feel right now. You could do anything, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, everyone's gonna die. So
Yeah.
yep.
And then you brought up, so Can't Pay the Reaper, you wrote that already. Like you had
Yes.
that, you already had that in the can. But when it comes to like your newer stuff, are you, do you like even now, like, do you write lyrics, just write lyrics without having like necessarily a song already sort of in queue? Like the guys come and bring riffs and then you're writing? Or, like, how does your...
Definitely a change now. Like they'll make an instrumental usually, and then I'll, you know, come up with something. But sometimes I'll have things like in the back burner that will bring forward and revamp and make it better. But I feel like it definitely has changed now. A lot of the writing was from back in the day when I was like in a rut, you know. So now I think I take my inspiration just from a different place, you know.
Well, that's good. And I mean,
thank God.
a positive place, I'm hoping, right?
Yeah, positive place now. Or like, you know, or from someone else's perspective I'll write from. Or
Sure, yeah.
Pull from past experiences. So.
Yeah. And for you guys, who's kind of like taking the wheel on bringing riffs in? Is it a shared process?
Yeah, it's more of a shared thing.
Yeah.
Once one of us kind of comes up with a riff, we kind of try to contribute to each other, you know?
It's a matter of just like everyone trying to piggyback off each other. Sometimes Cody will come up with a drum beat. I'll throw something
Ooh, I
over
like
it.
that rhythm.
Yeah. That's always, I mean, I'm a guitar player. I was jamming with some people not too long ago, and someone had mentioned, well, let's work around the drummer. Drummer, give us a beat. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Let's let the drummer dictate like the writing. I was just, for some reason, I was just like a little bit taken aback. Like, that's not how it goes. But then, it birthed a really cool groove, So it's cool that you guys can draw from each other, and anyone can sort of like take the lead on bringing something to the table. And I'm sure everybody here, I'm sure all listens to different stuff, right? Y'all, so you can bring all that to the table, and then it turns into your sound, which is obviously very unique. Jacob, with this being your first project, writing music wasn't a thing before, right?
It's more of a recent thing. Like, I really didn't start like properly writing songs and stuff until about a year ago, when I really started. It's so funny how I've been playing guitar since I was like 15. Didn't really start because when I started playing guitar, like I wanted to do it more as a hobby.
Sure,
like I didn't like at first. It wasn't like I'm gonna be in a band or whatever. It's just something I kind of wanted to do. Just have fun with it or whatever. And I'm still having fun with it. But now I'm writing songs with it and stuff, because when I realized like how like what it can kind of lead me to, and I kind of like, because kind of like also like Zanny, I also have like a musical theater background. I went to college, to study theater and stuff. So I have,
That's
so
how
like,
I met him.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
We both took the same acting school, didn't speak a word to each other until Miami Milan came about.
No way. That's
Seriously. But, so like being on stage and stuff has always been something that's always been like such a thrill for me. I always loved it, and this kind of music I just love. I didn't get into it right away because when I was younger, I was more into like classic rock stuff. Like,
Sure,
I loved like Kiss and Van Halen, Queen, AC/DC, like more of that kind of stuff, some
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin. And the music just kind of got heavier from there. My dad tried to show me his music and stuff right away, but like to me, there was just noise.
New York
Like,
hardcore is a big, that's a stretch even from
yeah,
like regular metal.
I couldn't really understand it until I reached a certain age, Before that, I was just kind of tone deaf to it. But now I'm like all for it,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not just doing this. I'm also doing more of like hardcore punk stuff on the side and stuff. It's cool being able to like explore different genres and stuff, seeing what I can, contribute to each one and stuff. And I love it.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
That's great.
I love it.
Yeah, very cool. So, we don't have to play right now. I'm just curious. Are we going to hear Barbarians tonight?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hell
cool.
yeah.
All right. So that you had said that is your most well-received original, right?
Yeah, for sure.
When did that release? When did you let that single out?
We let it out over the summer. I think in July we put it out, around there. But we've always, we played it live like from the jump.
Okay.
So if that's what you mean by like let it out, like we played it live from the jump.
Yeah, I was just curious. Like, when did you feel like the fire was catching with
Well,
it?
our older guitarist, he came up with the instrumentals, and when I heard it, I was like, this is really good. Like I could definitely pull something and bring it here. So he kind of put the instrumental in, and then I came up with the lyrics and like the way the vocals were gonna go. We had like a rough draft, but then when everybody got together, everyone contributed. Cody put his own drums onto it, bass, whatever, and then we changed it. The key was higher, things got faster, and then it just became this thing because everybody, I don't know, Barbarians always was the one that stuck with everyone. Like my friends, they don't listen to this music. They listen to like pop music, but that's something they can listen to. Hardcore people can listen to it. So like, that's what made us want to like take that one further. So.
Yeah, no, I could see why. Because when Cody first hit us up, when he was, when you guys just started, he was just kind of like, I just saw a follow come in, and then we had some kind of brief exchange because you even changed your Instagram handle, Cody in Milan.
I did.
So my first exposure to your music was that song, when you released it, and it immediately was like, oh, because I didn't know what to expect. I saw, he hit us up and he just said, hey, how you doing? And then I saw pictures of you guys covered in blood. I'm like, oh, these guys, this must be some fucking brutal stuff. And then I heard that song. I'm like, this is
It's
like
not that bad.
Yeah.
no, I mean, it's like really good. It's just not what I was expecting, and it was kind of like I was like, this is like a radio hit, but like very unique. Like, and I was just surprised by it in like the best way. So,
Oh,
big
I
one.
remember where we left off. We left off with everybody's background.
It's okay.
everybody's like favorite.
oh yeah, we were doing
Yeah.
a quick around the room.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
the contributions, right? You were saying,
Yeah,
like, to the
and,
band.
and sort of the history. I think Cody, we haven't really dived into your how
That's
did
okay.
how did Cody start playing drums?
So my dad always had a kit in his basement, so I just go down there and bang on shit whenever I got bored, and then I figured out how to kind of get behind there and, you know, learn your basic 4 on the floor kind of deal, play some AC/DC, simple shit, you know. I was maybe 10 at the time, so it's been on and off for that for X amount of years, and then only recently, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, I really started, you know, I got into it with the band that I met you guys at.
Right.
I started taking it seriously then, and then that just kind of culminated into this, I guess is the right way to put it.
All from just noodling and banging around,
just
like
having fun,
wow, okay,
hitting shit, and then you're like, oh, I want to learn how to play that song, and then you listen to it 40 times,
right.
and you go, and then you mess up, and then you restart it. You go, you know.
That's actually something funny that I don't think we've touched on yet. I mean, I love bringing more things to light about, like, you know, just being a musician, being in a band, practicing, taking the time to, like, you know, just sit down. You're not writing, you're not learning, you know, a song by a band. You're actually, I mean, are we doing exercises when we're not in the band? Like, are you doing, like, learning? What are you doing for, like, continuing your education on guitar? Are you doing any sort of self-education? Is there anything you're into?
I mean, like I said, I'm self-taught. Like, I never, like, took any lessons. I never went to anybody, like, say, like, hey, can you give me lessons?
Right.
I never did anything like that, you know? So it's kind of like my own kind of schedule kind of thing. It's like, I don't know, like...
How did you, like, sort of learn to play? Did just, like were you just learning
it was
covers and stuff?
Yeah, like from obviously like watching some of my favorite musicians playing, and I kind of realized, hey, I want to do that, you know. But
Yeah.
like I said, I didn't start doing it until I was 15. But I've
Right,
always
yeah.
loved this music and stuff. So
I think I started to play around the same time. I've sort of, I say this all the time, but I've peaked sort of at like mid-level average, I would say. I'm like semi above average, maybe as far as like skill goes. I'm pretty confident in my writing. I'm pretty happy with the way I write. But now at 41, I'm actually starting to like learn theory. And it is harder when you're older to learn things, because like I can already like physically play some of the stuff, like the exercises I'm trying to learn.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what key I'm in. I don't know what shape it's supposed to be. I don't know how to, if I'm doing it in G, oh, I want to try this in F. I have no fucking idea. And that's the part that like is bothering me now, that like, you know, I'm actually like, I can't show up in a room and jam with people. I can write a song. I can help structure one that, you know, that someone else brought to the table. You know, that stuff I'm confident in. But if like we were all just to sit down right now and you guys were like, hey, let's just jam around in C, I probably wouldn't be able to hang, which is really weird considering how long I've been playing. But it's just kind of like the way I've gone about, you know, playing my instrument. But now I'm taking the time to actually like learn stuff. Have any of you done any sort of delved into that yet? Or are you still just sort of exploring it on your own without, I mean, YouTube is like the best teacher now. You have, I don't know how many hours of training. I mean, infinite, pretty much at your fingertips. But
I mean, I have an electric drum set at home, so it's not as loud for, you know, my family and whatnot.
sure, yeah.
But I mean, I'll go down there when I'm kind of hanging out and there's nothing else left to do, I guess, or I have some sort of downtime, and I'll figure maybe I want to work on my double strokes today, and I'll just grind that for half an hour.
Yeah.
And then move on to the next thing, or I'll say, I'm done today. You know, it's just whenever I have the time, there's always room to improve no matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of carving out that time in your schedule.
That seems to be the main theme, not even just with you guys, just in general, is time. I mean,
Yes.
and when you don't have time even to like rehearse or practice, I mean, how do you have time as a group like to rehearse and then getting into our next subject, trying to book a show? I
Yeah.
mean, for adults, trying to get you all in one place at one time, and you know, and being available, it's not easy anymore, really, right?
Not always,
no.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like life gets in the way. We're all working like full-time jobs, and then like I don't know, when shit happens, I mean, I guess just in my experience, I think there was like a moment where I kind of like lost my passion for a second, because I used to play guitar all the time by myself because, you know, I'm into the metal stuff. So I would do it just for my personal enjoyment. It helped me make Reaper, Captain's Lullaby, or other songs. And then I was just like, I just feel like I have to do what I have to do. And then the only time I have time to do music is when we rehearse.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, I just have to like lock in, deal with life, and then go back into it. So I think it's just the transition maybe with where life is, but that's like the biggest roadblock is like making sure I make it's for me still, and not just because I'm just, all right, you know what, I'm just going to do it because I have to like do something with my talent, or else I feel like it's wasted.
Right. Yeah. You don't want
You know?
you don't want it to feel like an obligation
Yeah.
either. You know, this is supposed to be
Fun.
a release, a fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something like, you know, this is a passion thing.
Yeah.
Especially like once you get away from like being in the cover space and you actually start creating your own music. I mean, there's nothing really, you know, more personal when it comes to that, especially when you start to get into lyric writing and everything else. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to that kind of stuff, you take it very seriously, especially when you have just such a limited time, you know? So, I mean, talking about booking shows off camera, we were kind of getting into how there's been a challenge there. You guys, I mean, you're relatively new, but I mean, your resume's pretty impressive. You've obviously shown you can draw. What's been like the roadblock on being more active or not as active as you like to be?
I honestly think that like venues aren't answering their emails. Like we've been able to get at these like core places that we really like and like build a rapport, especially with Dingbats. We had a good rapport with them.
Michelle, shout out.
Yes,
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah,
She always helped
she's the
us
best.
out. Yeah. And like whenever we needed a place to go, we were always able to go there. And like everyone around us was always like, "What's going on? Like, when's your next show? When are you gonna do this?" We're like, "We don't know," because I'll be there emailing.
find out.
But yeah, it's just like by the time they get back to you, or they just don't get back to you at all, it's like you feel like you have to go in person. But then when's the right time to go in person?
Right,
Because
yeah.
and it's just like I don't know. Like you have to find. It feels like you just need that big social media presence and an outside source to help you. We did have someone in the beginning when we first were a band was helping us get gigs, and that helped us get into our core places that we wanted.
Okay.
And then after that, like, you know, people come and go. Nothing bad, but it just like we didn't have someone helping us out to get gigs. So I was doing the emailing myself. But I feel like when you're an independent like band or artist, it's just I don't know. For some reason, it's just like they don't answer.
I mean, those
You know?
promoters, I'm sure they get tons and tons of
Yeah.
emails. You know, I mean, it's sort of a lottery at
Yeah.
some point. You know, we've struck gold in some cases, and other times it's, you know, months with, you know, no response.
Yeah.
It's just something you really just have to keep at. And I mean, you're not bothering them. They're gonna, you know, they're
Yeah.
not even gonna remember you emailed them a week prior. You know, because they
Yeah.
get so many. They're just inundated with emails, I'm sure, about like, hey, any availability on the 10th? How about the 11th? How about the 12th? You
Yeah.
know, like, so I think the best thing to do is just to keep at it. Stay close to like all the local, you know, Trashly, Michelle at Dingbats.
Shout out Trashly.
Yeah, shout out to Trashly. Elena, who does Sweeney's. I don't know if you've seen that venue. It's not far from here.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've heard of it,
It's
but
about
we haven't.
30
yeah.
minutes away in like Philly suburbs, but you know, they do shows in the afternoon and in the night. That's really easy. I mean, we can hook you up with some names afterward and
Yeah.
try to help you guys out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be great.
That's what we're here for.
That's why you're here. Yeah, absolutely.
I want to ask about everybody's history with music, because you guys have such a unique sound, and you know what comes together is what makes you guys. But I want to know, like, from each one of you, what your favorite artists are, what bands you listened to growing up, and what your favorite bands are right now.
Who wants to go first?
Jacob.
This is all staying in, by the way.
Yeah, just the whole thing.
Bro's got to really think about it.
Do you like music?
By the way, this wasn't the question that was meant to be the.
No, this is
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be the silence. But
sorry.
But
Can you
I'm
repeat the
glad-
question,
But I'm
please?
glad you did that anyway.
Repeat the question, please.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to see what you guys are listening to, where your influences are, what you guys listened to growing up, because all that stuff that made what this band is it must be a mesh of some interesting things.
Do you want someone else?
I
to
really
go
don't
first?
have
no,
any.
all right.
All right.
So,
All right. Go ahead.
For the most part, I mean, I grew up on, I guess, like the heavier side of 2000s. So like Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, stuff like that. Korn
Yep.
got really big. Linkin Park, just like the classics,
Yeah.
almost, that you could call them classics now.
They are. Yeah.
But I just grew up on that. My dad was super into music, so there was always music playing 24/7.
What was playing in the house from the previous generation?
Like Slipknot, Korn.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
From-
My
oh,
dad's
that's
fucking awesome.
Sick. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
no,
great.
he's got a killer music taste. I remember a couple weeks ago. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Sleep Token.
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah.
one of the largest
Big deal
bands
right
in the
now.
world right
Yep.
now. Yeah. And he comes to me. He's like, "Hey, do you know that one song that goes like this?" And then he repeats the chorus. And I'm like, "Is that fucking Sleep Token?" He's like, "Can you play the song so I know it?" I was like, "Yeah." And it's just wild that like he's now listening to the stuff that I listen.
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's cool.
I mean, it's just really overall great music
Mm-hmm.
when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
No matter what you're into, if it's your niche or not, it's just good music.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
And yeah, everybody else.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Everyone. So I listen to like a variety of different it's all generally rock music, but it was a variety of different things. My parents got me hooked on like that 80s hair metal, like Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, even some of like the really, really early stuff that predates that, like Boston.
Oh yeah. Cool. Nice. Boston rips.
And then my older brother and my older sister got me hooked onto some of like that early 2000s pop punk stuff, like Green Day, Blink, Sum 41, which is, even though they're gone, they're still going to be my favorite band for a while.
Oh, cool.
And honestly, that's kind of like where I've stayed. I kind of went through like a few different phases of like what I was listening to, like especially in high school. But eventually I stayed with like a lot of like the pop punk stuff, but I eventually delved into like the really heavy stuff, like Alexandra mentioned before, Slipknot and Korn. And I've been listening to a lot of like some of the modern metal stuff, like especially some of the metalcore stuff. Like Cody, you and I are both suckers for I Prevail.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I also like Beartooth. I know that Spirit Box and Knocked Loose are huge right now.
Big deal. Oh yeah.
Spirit Box. Somebody's wearing a Spirit Box shirt. You are.
Yes.
Spirit Box. There you go.
Shout out. But yeah, I kind of go like between pop punk and like the really heavy metalcore stuff.
Nice.
Right on.
For me, growing up, it was just like, I listened to like the yacht rock. My mom was into the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Linkin Park, very grunge, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, whatever. But then I honestly think the musical theater background shaped the vocal part of me. And then I listened to, when I was in high school, you have like the social constructs. People make fun of you for what you listen to. So I think I kind of got out of the heavier, space, and I was like listening to pop, but I knew that was not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I kind of came into myself, like I had a huge just like grunge. Anything grunge is what I wanted. That's what got me into playing guitar was Jerry Cantrell, Alice in Chains. That was the whole thing. And Linkin Park is a big one. But as I really started getting into the music, like what sticks with me the most, honestly, is like the new metal and hardcore things. Like the things I listen to most is heavy stuff. Like, I don't know. I could go on and on about that. So just a ton of like obviously the big ones like Slipknot and like, Kubla Khan and whatever. But there's also some heavier ones. Like I'm trying to think of that one name. I don't know. I have it like a whole playlist of just like sometimes
We
with the
all do.
hardcore bands you
Yeah.
just don't like listen. You don't listen for the names. Just listen for the music.
Yeah, but you know it when it comes.
But I
on,
know
right?
when it comes on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So.
Do you
Yeah.
see any of those elements creeping in to Miami and Milan in the future? I mean, like, do you see your do you do any harsh vocals now?
I don't do harsh vocals. We've been talking about a lot of me trying to scream, but the thing is, I don't want to risk like messing up my clean vocals.
Sure, yeah.
I'm like, you know what? This is what I was born with. I'm gonna leave that up to someone else, and
I mean,
this is where I'm meant to.
They
be.
held it down well.
Oh, yeah.
previously, So
You should hear him do the Linkin Park.
Oh my God. Giving
Oh,
up.
the giving up stream.
Dude,
We're gonna do
he
that live one
really-
day. It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, he
We've
really
been jamming
is
it.
good with the song. I'm like, let me just like stay in my lane with that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But in terms of what I listen to, so that's what I think. I think the heavy instrumental comes from like just the love of the heavy music,
Mm-hmm.
and then like the vocals just come from what I know I can do, like Amy Lee or Hart or whatever.
right.
So-
That's a cool. Even those two are cool to draw from. I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking like
And Lady Gaga.
and Lady Gaga. I mean, yeah,
She's like my break from everything. If I'm done with the heavy stuff, I'll listen to her because she's just so talented.
she's the most metal pop
yes,
singer
her
100%.
out
voice,
there.
yes,
You know?
100%. I love her to
She-
death.
She's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and all of those like the talent that you have, you could tell, you know, that influence is there. You know, like Lady Gaga. Yeah, you do have a really beautiful voice. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if you should go into screaming because
Yeah, I don't think so.
it might disrupt your clean singing.
Yeah.
But your screaming was phenomenal too.
Oh, thank you.
And if you
Yeah.
want to do the Linkin Park scream, I mean, feel free to do it right now.
I really honestly think you should.
Right now.
That song, Giving Up.
There we go.
We'll warm up to it.
It's really good.
By the way, Jacob,
Yes.
who's your favorite guitarist?
Ace Frehley.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, he's been in my head the whole time. I just had to take a second to like appreciate him because
Oh yeah, for
love
sure.
him to death. Yeah, but like for real though, like recently I've been more into like really like fast paced, like high energy kind of stuff. Cause like I said, like I grew up with like the rock stuff, the, like Kiss and AC/DC and that kind of stuff. But as I got older and I started really like properly understanding music and like the kind of like places, like moods that could influence the music and stuff, I've been really getting into like any music that can really get me to be like, yes,
Yeah,
you
get the
know,
blood flowing.
yeah, of course. Like I've been really like listening to a lot of like, if I'm not listening to like metal, I'm listening to a lot of like punk, like all different kinds of punk. Like I love hardcore punk, I love speed punk, I love crust punk, I'm listening to a lot of pop punk. Like it's not until like probably 2 years ago I started listening to bands like Green Day and My Chemical Romance, and also bands like Weezer. You know, my Spotify playlist has like over 1,000 songs, and it will easily switch from like a Slayer song to like a Lady Gaga song.
Real?
Like,
Yeah.
and I will not complain about it at all. You know,
You can't. Yeah, look, when some.
you get weird faces like when
Yeah.
when you're driving other people.
I don't get how anyone can listen to just any one thing. Like,
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
like my mood is not always fucking metal. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, you know, I love bluegrass. Like I love,
Yeah.
I vibe with that all the time. One of my favorite bands is Up on the Wall. You know, and then like I'm right across the way, minus the Bear, Thrice, E-Town Concrete, and Cody. You know, so like, I think people do themselves a disservice when they don't try to branch out a
Branch
little
out.
bit. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also just think it's just great to be able to appreciate other genres, even if you don't play in them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I can't do any of the wild instrumental like bluegrass shit I
No.
like. I just love listening to it. It just gives me the feels, you know.
Yeah,
Just-
I
grew up
always
with it in
wanted.
house.
Yeah, I always wanted to try to play violin, and I did for like a week, and I gave up. I couldn't get a single note out.
I have one. I have a mandolin. I have a,
You do?
like a dobro, a lap guitar.
Ooh.
Like they're furniture. Like I never touch
Yeah.
they hang on the wall and they just stay there.
One day.
I love it.
One day.
We'll incorporate into our band one day.
I double dog dare you.
I hope so, man.
Can we hear Barbarian?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a sip of water.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna hit my head on that. Be careful. I have no spatial awareness, so like.
If I don't get this intro down, I'm gonna be so pissed.
You'll be good.
All right.
Hands up and I'm feeling like a healing. Crowds full of people see no different. But one more said death is kinder than me. So let me live as a barbarian. Find a place where you can reach me. I know you'll never see me as one worth saving. Kneel down and feeling that you're chosen. Children told to pay for sins their way. But one said that is kinder than me. So let me live as a barbarian. Find a place where you can reach me. I know you'll never see me as one worth saving. Tell me, love me anyway, and turn your back just 'cause then I like you crazy. Put it on display, you're not chosen, they are just like you. Death is kinder than mine. So let me live as a barbarian. Find a place where you can reach me. I know you'll never see me as one worth saving.
Get out of here! Everybody out!
My God.
Jesus! Man, that was good. Man,
Yeah,
you guys.
that's phenomenal.
Ah. Is that the
Seriously,
reaction you usually get? Something like that?
Everything
Yeah,
about
Barbarians, yeah.
everything
along those
about that
lines.
song is so cool. Like the drums, the I don't know. It's
Yeah,
like-
everything has its moment. It's really, and then again, the harmonies come in. They're so subtle, but they're
Yeah.
perfect. Like there's the execution. I think that's what it is about you guys. It's not like anyone's doing anything like complicated on purpose or anything. It's just your execution. You make very good choices in your songwriting. It's very,
Thank you.
Thank
it's
you.
very mature. I don't know how else to put it. It's like almost like you're ahead of yourselves. I don't know. It's very impressive. I'm impressed, man.
That's an awesome
Yeah,
compliment.
thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank
man,
you.
for real.
You know what? That song was almost metalcore like in a sense that it had tension and release. Tension and release.
Yeah.
You know, not in the traditional like screaming and whatnot heaviness, but that tension with the crazy drums and the guitars and the vocals just hitting hard, and then it gets soft and,
And the melody,
melodic
yeah.
and beautiful. Yeah, you guys made a really unique song. It's beautiful. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Appreciate that.
So we have the one single. We've talked about making the time to get where we want to. You know, where do we want to go? What are the goals ahead of Miami and Milan? Where do we hope to see ourselves this time next year?
In a dream world, it would be making music and making money from music to be able to sustain.
Yeah, being able to actually
Yeah.
do it. You know, instead of
Yeah,
having
like-
to divide so much time into like your other jobs. You know, a lot of the bands that we've played with, like, they're out here just like doing that, and I'm like, good for you, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how you're doing that, but like, that's difficult.
We're gonna keep practicing.
Yeah, that, like, obviously having our music out, doing more gigs, like really being on the stage, like that is where I want to see us.
Are you you're gonna explore? Have you actually? I didn't even ask. Have you guys explored outside of the state much?
Not yet.
No, I mean, I've like emailed some places in Pennsylvania, but again, like very low response,
Sure,
you know, but
yeah.
I definitely would be down. Like New York, we want to go, like at least like our local out of states, and then eventually, well, maybe like Tennessee or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Anybody listening to this podcast, check out this band. Check them out on Instagram.
Book them right now. 'Cause
I think, you know what it is? Because you guys have so much talent, but like you said, you haven't put so much focus into like social media. I think, you know, help this band out. Get them to 500 followers. Get them to 1,000 followers. This way, when a promoter or somebody sees them, email them, they'll be like, oh, you know, because they seem to care about things like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys already heard the songs. Just give them a follow. Come on. Help them out. They need to get out there.
we're tell everybody, where can they find you?
You can find us on every social media platform. Hopefully, we'll post more soon. But Instagram, miami.in.milan.nj. TikTok is the same thing. Facebook, all those. So, and hopefully YouTube soon. We'll make our own separate YouTube. But our music is on YouTube also.
Good.
So.
Okay. Yeah. Keep.
And Spotify. What am I saying?
Spotify,
Spotify,
Apple
All-
Apple Music.
all
the
music
streaming
platforms.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep that content coming. I love hearing that you guys have stuff written and on deck. Get that shit recorded.
I know.
Let's go.
We will, because she said so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
There's the fire we were talking about earlier.
I said it off camera, but my offer stands to you guys. You know what I'm talking about. So if you need any help, let me know.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure just sitting down with you guys. Thank you so much for making the time.
Thank
for-
you.
For
Thank you
having
for
us. This is great.
Love it.
Thank you
Our
so much,
pleasure.
man.
It was so cool to hear you guys come in here and play. You guys did such a great job. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
You guys
Thank
killed it.
you.
Thank
All
you.
right.